Hello everyone! We are from Group 9 and first of all let us introduce ourselves. My name is Lely Agresti.
My name is Nela Liana.
And my name is Nyomadia Nabila.
Today our group will practice how to teach narrative text in class. So, happy watching!
Good morning, student.
Good morning, Miss.
How are you today? Why your voice so weak? Did you have a breakfast?
Not yet.
Why? No time?
Yes, I woke up late in the morning, so I have no breakfast.
Student, don't make it a habit to skip breakfast so that we don't get sick. Okay, student, before we start our study, let us pray together. Pray begin. Finish. Okay, now I want to check your attendance list. If I say your name, please raise your hand and say present. Amanda,
Present, Miss.
Sanela Auliana, present miss. Lely Agresti,
Present.
student. Have you ever heard about legend?
Yes, I have, Miss.
I have Miss.
Did you know the most popular legend in Central Kalimantan?
I think the legend of Batu Banama, specifically from Tanggiling.
Anyone have another opinion?
I think I have heard about legend of Ukon Batu or Batu Suli.
Batu Suli. Okay, the most popular legend in Central Kalimantan can Batu Banama and Batu Suli. So let's talk about Batu Banama. Can you tell me a little bit of the story?
I think the legend of Batu Banama, it tells about the Thor's stone.
Anyone want to complete the story? Maybe what happened to stone can curse?
I think what happened to Stone Can Curse. It tells the story of a couple whose love was tasted by circumstances, and it teaches us about loyalty and devotion.
Okay. So one of the most famous legend in Central Kalimantan is Batu Banama or the cursed stone. It tells the story of a couple whose love was tested by circumstances, and it teaches us about loyalty and devotion. So, Batu Banama is a popular legend from Central Kalimantan. A legend is one type of narrative text. Today, we will learn about narrative text, specifically legend. Okay, student, attention please.
Yes, Miss.
Now, I will show you a video about legend from West Sumatra called Malin Kundang. So, please watch this video until the end, because after you watch this video, we will discuss together about this story.
Malin Kundang.
Can you see?
In a small village on the coast of West Sumatra lived a poor widow and her only son, Malin Kundang.
Can you see this video?
And
Yes.
Malin's mother worked tirelessly to provide for them both. Malin, a hardworking and ambitious young man, dreamed of leaving the village to seek his fortune.
Mother, I want to go to the city and find a way to make us rich. I promise I'll come back for you when I succeed.
Malin said. His mother looked at him sadly. Malin, life in the city is hard and I don't want to lose you. But if it's truly what you want, go and may God protect you. Just remember to come back to me. Malin hugged his mother tightly before setting off, vowing to return and care for her once he became wealthy. Years passed, and Malin eventually became a successful merchant. He married a beautiful woman from a rich family and enjoyed a life of luxury. One day, he returned to his village on a grand ship with his wife and crew. The villagers, in awe of his wealth, quickly spread the news. Hearing of her son's return, Malin's mother hurried to the harbor, her heart filled with joy. "My son Malin, you've returned!" she cried, approaching him. But Malin, embarrassed by his mother's ragged appearance, took a step back.
Who are you?
"I don't know," he said quickly. His mother's eyes widened in shock. "Malin, it's me. I'm your mother. I've waited for you all these years." Malin glanced at his elegant wife, who looked on disapprovingly, and his wealthy companions. He felt ashamed.
No, my mother is not a poor beggar. Don't embarrass me.
He replied harshly. Tears filled his mother's eyes as she pleaded. "Malin, please. I am your mother. Don't give me your promise."
You are not my mother.
Malin yelled, turning away from her. With a broken heart and feeling deeply humiliated, Malin's mother began to cry and started to pray with sorrow. "Oh God, if he truly is my son, open his heart so that he realizes his mistake and remembers his mother." As she prayed, the sky suddenly darkened and a fierce storm arose over the sea. Thunder roared and Malin's ship was tossed violently by the waves. "Malin, what's happening?" His wife cried in fear, holding tightly to him. The storm grew stronger and Malin's ship finally crashed against the rocks. In the midst of the storm, Malin and his ship slowly turned to stone as a symbol of regret and a reminder to those who forget their parents. To this day, people believe that the large stone formation on the coast of West Sumatra is Malin Kundang, a lasting reminder for every child never to be ungrateful to their parents.
So, student, from the story that you have watched, can you mention the characters of the story of Malin Kundang? Anyone?
Malin Kundang, his mother, and I think his wife,
Yeah, that's great. And then, where and when does the story take place? Anyone can answer? You can raise your hand.
Sumatra.
Yeah, exactly or specifically in where?
in Sumatera.
Yeah, right. And then, why was Malin Kundang cursed?
I think Malin Kundang curse when Malin comes backwards but refuse to recognize his mother because he is embarrassed by her for appearance.
Yes, Malin Kundang was cursed because he is not recognized his mother. So, the next question, can you tell me a little bit what the moral lesson from the story of Malin Kundang? Anyone, please?
The story teaches us to always respect and care for our parents, no matter how successful we become.
Yeah, that's great. So, student, based on the video that you have watched, the video about legend of Malin Kundang, the story tells about of a young man who becomes rich, but he forgets and rejects his poor mother, leading to his punishment. Okay, student, now I will show you a text of the story of Malin Kundang. So I will Nyoman to read this part. Nyoman, please.
Okay, ma'am. Long ago, in a small village on the coast of West Sumatra, lived a poor widow and her only son, Malin Kundang. They lived a difficult life as Malin's mother worked tirelessly to provide for them both. Malin, a hardworking and ambitious young man, dreamed of leaving the village to seek his fortune. Mother, Malin said one day, "I want to go to the city and find a way to make us rich. I promise I will come back mother will get at him safely. Malin's life in the city is hard, and I don't want to lose you. But if it's truly what you want, go and may God protect you. Just remember to come back to me. Malin hugged his mother tightly before setting off, hoping the return and care for her once he became wealthy. Years passed and Malin eventually became a successful merchant. He married a beautiful woman from a rich family and enjoyed a life of luxury.
Okay, thank you, Nyoman. So, for the next slide, Nelly, please.
Yes, Miss. One day, he returned to his village on a great ship with his wife and crew. The villagers in awe of his wealth quickly spread the news. Hearing of her son's return, Malin's mother hurried to the harbor, her heart filled with joy. My son, Malin,
My son,
Malin, your return. She cried, approaching him with open arms. But Malin, embraced by his mother, rigid appearance, took a step back. Who are you, old woman? I don't know you, he said coldly. His mother's eyes widened in shock. Malin, it's me. I'm your mother. I've waited for you all these years. Malin glanced at his elegant wife, who looked on disapprovingly, and his wealthy companions. He felt ashamed. He felt ashamed. No, my mother is not a forbidden. Don't embrace me. He replied harshly. Tears filled his mother eyes as she pleaded. Malin, please, I'm your mother. How could you forget your promise?
Okay, thank you, Nelly.
You're welcome, Miss.
Okay, for the last slide, I want to Amanda, please.
Okay, Miss. Leave, old woman. You are not my mother, Malin yelled, turning away from her. Heartbroken and humiliated, Malin's mother fell to her knees, lifting her hands to the sky. Oh God, if he truly is my son, then let him be punished for this terrible disrespect. Suddenly, the sky darkened, and a fierce storm blew over the sea. Thunder roared, and Malin's ship was tossed violently by the waves. Malin, what's happening? His wife cried and clinging to him in terror. But it was too late as the storm grew fiercer. Malin's ship shattered against the rocks. He was turned to stone as punishment for his arrogance and betrayal. To this day, the people say that the stone formation on the coast of West Sumatra is Malin Kundang, and lasting reminder of the consequences of forsaking one parent.
Okay, thank you, Amanda.
Okay.
Okay, for the first slide that Nyoman have read before, this first slide is orientation. Why this is orientation? Because this is the beginning of the story. Include this introduction, the introduction of the characters like Malin Kundang and then his mother, and it introduces where the place and situation in this story. In Malin Kundang, the orientation tells us about Malin Kundang and his mother, who are poor and live in a small village. And from the story, we learn about Malin's dream of living to make money and promising to come back for his mother. And for the next slide that Lily read, this is a complication. Why this is a complication? Because this is where the problem or conflict start in the story. The complication makes the story interesting by a conflict. In this Malin Kundang story, the complication happens when Malin Kundang begged rich but refused to recognize his mother because he is embarrassed by her poor appearance, and his mother feels very hurt, which creates the main problem in the story. And for the next slide, this is a resolution. Why this is a resolution? Because this is show how the story ends and the problem is solved. In the story of Malin Kundang, the resolution comes when his mother prays for him to be punished. A storm comes and Malin ship crashes, and then he is turned to the stone, showing the result of his action and giving the story ending. The last slide is reorientation. This is optional because not all of the story of legend has a moral lesson or reorientation. And this story of Malin Kundang, the moral lesson is to teach we to always care and respect of our parents. So, great discussion today. I think you started a little bit understand of our discussion today. So, now let's talk about a narrative text. So, a narrative text is type of text that tells a sequence of events, including the introduction, like the characters and setting, time, and then the complication and resolution of the story. And narrative text purpose to contain or convey the moral lesson of the story. And there are three main parts of narrative text. The first is orientation. This section introduces the characters, like the characters, and then the setting and time. And then for the complication, this section shows the problem or conflict that begins to affect the main character. And the next, for the resolution, this section tells how the problem is resolved. Often legends include a lesson or consequence of the character's action. And for the last is reorientation or moral lesson. This is optional because not the story of legend have a moral lesson. Okay, student, if there is any question, so today I will give you a task, just a simple task. So please search on your internet legend about Sang Kuya, and after that please read it carefully, and after that please complete the story on the table, include what the orientation and then complication, resolution, and what the moral lesson from the story that you get.
Yes, Miss.
Student, attention please.
Yes, Miss.
I think it's enough. So please collect your task now.
Okay, Miss.
Well, students, we have discussed and learned about the narrative text and its structures. So right now, I have some questions to you. Anyone remembering what is narrative text and its structure in narrative text? Anyone can answer my question?
Me, ma'am.
Yes, Newman, please. Can you explain what is narrative text?
A narrative text is a type of text that tells a story of a sequence of events, including introduction of character, conflict, and resolution. It purpose to entertain and convey the moral lesson.
Can you mention example of narrative text?
Malin Kundang.
Yes, Malin Kundang specifically is legend, fairy tales, and fictional stories. So Malin Kundang is one part of a legend. Yeah. And anyone else can mention the three main part of narrative text?
Me.
Yes, Cinderella, please.
The first is orientation,
Yes.
and then complication,
Yes.
resolution,
Yes.
and the last is reorientation.
Yes. The three main part of narrative text is the first one is orientation, complication, resolution, and reorientation. So thank you everyone for your answer my question. Student, I think it's clear to you understand today's lesson because you were able to explain and discuss it well. So I say thank you so much for all your hard work. You did a great job talking about legend and finding the key part of the stories. I love seeing your creativity in exploring the stories. So, students, before we close today's lesson, I want to remind you that stories like legend can teach us important lessons. I encourage you to keep exploring more legends and stories, even outside of class. Stories are a great way to learn about different cultures, values, and listen from around the world. Well, does anyone have any questions before we end today's lesson, student? Nothing? Yes, alright. If there are any no more questions, let's end our lesson with a prayer. Pray begin. Amen. So students, thank you for your attention and participation today. Don't forget to review and have learned today, and see you in the next class. See you.
See you. Thank you, Miss.